शङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा।
Let us extend a gracious welcome to our chief guest, Srimati Archana Parakh, Additional Advocate General of Madhya Pradesh. I request our technical team to facilitate the virtual welcome of Honorable Chief Guest by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. I welcome our first guest speaker, Dr. Mona Purohit, Professor and Head School of Law, Barkatullah University, Bhopal. I request our technical team to facilitate the virtual welcome of our guest speaker by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Now I welcome our second guest speaker, Dr. Rekha Acharya, Head and Dean, Social Sciences, Head School of Comparative Language, Faculty of School of Economics, EABV, Indore. I request our technical team to facilitate the virtual welcome of our second guest speaker by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you. Now I invite Honorable Vice Chancellors, Shri Vaishno Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, Dr. Upinder sir, for welcome address. Sir, please.
Good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to welcome all the guests on this forum. Although all of us know that International Women's Day is celebrated all over the world on 8th of March, but since 8th of March, this year we are having Mahashivratri across the country. That's why this program has been arranged today. I would like to congratulate the organizers of this webinar for choosing a very apt theme for this webinar, breaking the glass ceiling, myth or reality. When we talk about women's empowerment and the creation of job opportunities, we can say that India has come a long way. However, in India, there is a long way for the country to achieve gender parity in the workforce. Though there is no doubt we have come a long way. There is a lot of development, there is a lot of improvement, but still that gender parity is not there in most of the segments of the society or in most of the fields. The job market is constantly evolving with the ever-changing socio-economic landscape and technological advancements, leading towards more job creation. On one hand, we are seeing more creation of jobs in various fields, particularly which are evolving areas. But at the same time, we have yet to achieve that gender parity. The past few years have seen a gradual shift in the employment landscape in India, or entering the workforce. Although the numbers are encouraging, women still face numerous challenges when it comes to securing equal employment opportunities and career growth. the year 2024 is poised to be a turning point in the history of women's careers in India, with various trends and challenges set to shape the way forward. Career opportunities for women have seen a significant improvement in recent years. The rise and easy access to technology has helped many women of different backgrounds to start their businesses and connect with customers globally. Even in education, we can see. Say, if we take the example of engineering, the number is not very big. So far as girls are concerned, it is not very big. So far as mechanical engineering is concerned, or say civil engineering is concerned. But in computer science engineering, the number is quite big. There, we have been able to achieve almost the equity. Number of girls is almost equal to the boys. So their number is increased. But there are other branches where we can see matchability is not there. Despite these positive trends, challenges remain, including the gender pay gap in certain segments, lack of support for women entrepreneurs, and cultural norms that hold women back in male-dominated industries such as finance and technology. You see, as we know earlier, there used to be entrepreneurs by proxy. That means a husband would do the business, but in the name of the wife. Although this doing business or these proxy entrepreneurs has significantly reduced, but still it is a challenge. To address these challenges, companies need to create flexible career paths for women who want to take time off for family responsibilities and provide mentorship and coaching for women professionals. By taking these steps, India can unlock the full potential of its female workforce and create a more equitable and prosperous society. It is believed these days, many professionals are publicly saying, and it has been proven that wherever there are more women, the overall performance of the organization also improves. Therefore, it has to be at least 50-50. If population is around 50, why in workforce also it should not be 50-50? So wherever it has been seen that there is matchability, equitability, performance has been found to be good. Similarly, India is becoming a hub for women entrepreneurs now in certain sectors, not in totality, but in certain sectors. One of the most notable rising trends for career opportunities for women in India in 2024 is the increased representation of women in leadership positions. We have seen it last year also. Number of women in leadership positions has increased in comparison to the previous years. As we have seen, many banks were headed by women professionals. Even in some companies, we have seen CEOs are women, but number is still small. Even in universities, in taking education, there used to be a time there when rarely you would see a woman vice chancellor. But today, number has increased. But it is not equitable. Say today we are having around 1,064 universities, higher education. So therefore, from that point of view, there should be minimum 500 vice chancellors. But it is not true. It is not so. Number is still smaller. Social media and digital platforms have made it easier for women to start their businesses. So we are seeing these days many women entrepreneurs doing business on digital platforms. So they have not to leave their home. They can do business while working from home. India is seeing a growing trend of women taking up leadership roles in various sectors of the economy, as many organizations are recognizing the importance of having diverse leadership teams. However, one area where gender disparity still exists is salary. Studies have shown that women in India continue to earn less than their male counterparts for the same job. Of course, as I said earlier, it is in certain sectors, not in all the sectors. For instance, in education, it is not so. Our University Grants Commission prescribes the scales, they are same for all, irrespective of the gender. But then there are other sectors, say even in industry. There you can see the disparity with the gender pay gap. Widening, that pay gap has been seen, see, very interesting. The pay gap has been seen widening as seniority levels increase. Maybe at the junior level, the gap is less. But as seniority level increases, when people or professionals rise on the scale, on that hierarchy, gap is wider in terms of the compensation. This wide gap not only affects women's economic security, but also perpetuates the cycle of gender inequality in the workplace. The career opportunities for women in India are on the rise. This is also a phenomenon. You see, interestingly, another important point that is available through research, some surveys have been done. After COVID, particularly after COVID, number of women workforce has reduced. You see, before COVID, till COVID started, say 2019, number of women professionals, women workers, or women in the workforce was increasing steadily. During COVID and then after, particularly after COVID, the statistics which is available, there is a dip in the number of women joining workforce. Paradoxically, number of girls joining education, higher education, is increasing. Number of girls coming to higher education after school, it is increasing. Today, in some disciplines, for example, social sciences, number of girls has exceeded boys. But paradoxically, as I said, so far as the workforce is concerned, there after COVID, we can see the dip so far as the women joining the workforce is concerned. So efforts need to be made, awareness needs to be increased so that we have equity in terms of women and men working together. It should never be one against other, but it is togetherness which is important. Men and women together have to make the workforce of a nation. And I'm sure that that's going to happen over the period of time. So we should hope at the same time make efforts towards it. I welcome once again all the distinguished speakers for this very important webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Raksha Chauhan, Coordinator Women Grievance and Redressal Cell, Shri Vaishno Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, to address about Women Grievance and Redressal Cell and Internal Complaint Committee. Please, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good morning, honorable dignitaries, HOI, HOD, directors, faculty members, and dear students. Once again, a warm welcome from Women's Grievance and Redressal Cell of Shri Vaishno Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya. It's an honor for me to work as a coordinator of Women's Grievance and Redressal Cell. Here is a brief introduction about WGRC. UGC believes that a safe and healthy environment in higher education institutions for women students and employees is a necessary prerequisite to quality education and research. In view of this, SVV has established WGRC cell to take care of all the complaints and requirements of women staff and students in the campus. The WGRC shall consider all grievances submitted in writing by an individual female student or faculty or staff members about any injustice done to an employee student during his or her duties at the center. In view of roles and responsibilities, WJRC organizes various activities on time to time, like awareness program for gender equality, gender sensitization, self-defense, etc. Women's Grievance and Redressal Cell also enthusiastically involved in organizing seminars and workshops on POSH Act, that is Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act. By keeping in mind these all initiatives, we have organized this webinar on the occasion of International Women's Day for the benefit and awareness towards women's favor. Over to you, Chavi ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Now, I'm happy to read our chief guest profile. Srimati Archana Kher did her LLB in 1997 from DAVV Indore. She is practicing of law independently from 24 years. She is dealing cases related to constitutional matters, service cases, civil cases, IT cases, NDPS cases, and many other. She appointed as a government advocate in the year 2017. She appointed as Deputy Advocate General of Madhya Pradesh High Court Bench at Indore in 2020. At present appointed as Additional Advocate General on 2023 at Indore High Court. The day Female Reservation Bill was passed in Lok Sabha, on the same day, the Madhya Pradesh government appointed First Lady Additional Advocate General at Indore High Court and second in the state of Madhya Pradesh. She was National Executive Member of Adhivakta Parishad. Now I request Srimati Archana Kher to deliver her presentation. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Respected Honorable VC sir, respected speakers, organizers, management committee of Shri Vaishnav Vidyapit Vishwavidyalaya, audience and staff present today. Good morning to all of you and happy Women's Day in advance. Today, we are assembled here on the occasion of International Women's Day, and our today's topic is breaking the glass ceiling, myth or reality. As sir has said, I will also add a few words to this. I leave this to be decided by the best sense of the judgment of the listeners, whether it is a myth or reality. Let's first define the term phrase glass ceiling. Obviously, it is related to gender discrimination in professions. Being a lawyer, I would like to talk about legal profession first. The journey of a lawyer starts with the admissions in law schools. Let's start with breaking of glass ceiling in the admissions to law schools. Yes, here 50% admissions are secured in law schools like NLUI and other colleges by the females. We get admissions in these colleges on our own merits. After passing of the law school courses, large number of female lawyers get associated in formation of associates or join some lawyers. But when question comes in women partners in law firms, here you will notice the glass ceiling. There are very few number of females who are practicing independently or they are partners in law firms. Now here you will notice the glass ceiling. There are very few law firms in which female lawyers are partners or running a law firm independently. Glass ceiling lies in promotions to top management, leadership positions and executive post also. You are always welcome to be associated or a junior lawyer, but partnership, higher position, it's not easy for the female. Glass ceiling is subtle form of discrimination, which is unwritten, unspoken, but loud and still exist. Glass ceiling is due to negative attitude towards women as decision maker, which is myth. Woman is a best manager and take right decisions in crises also. Glass ceiling is attributed many a times by highlighting the shortcomings of the woman towards law academics, which is again a myth because most of the women pass their law schools with better score. but still their promotions to higher posts are restricted. It is assumed for the women that they have casual or part-time approach towards this profession. It is again a myth. Men get scared to make female partners in law firms. This is what I am saying, or as per my own experience also. This is the area where I feel we need to work to break glass ceiling. Family issues like children, etc., many a time creates glass ceiling for the females. We have to manage our family affairs by hiring someone to look after our kids, parents, our household jobs. But we need to work really very hard to become a lawyer or to become a partner in a law firm. Females have lack of exposure also to outside world as compared to the men. Female not a good rainmaker because client retention and contacts, it's really a tough job for a female lawyer. Now, how to remove this glass ceiling? By improvement of law firms atmosphere. If everybody will come with open mind and accept that yes, female have a lot of work to do, she can manage both the things, her house also, her work also, that will improve the law firm's atmosphere. Female should be more friendly with technology. We need to be friendly with the technology. We need to learn internet accessibility and computer, everything. Social misperception about ability and dedication and knowledge of females regarding law profession should change. क्योंकि अधिकतर मैंने देखा है हमारी कोर्ट्स में भी उनका ये होता है कि क्रिमिनल मैटर्स है, एनडीपीएस है, 376 है, तो वुमन इज नॉट सपोज टू आर्ग्यू such kind of matters. So such kind of perception should be changed. Law firm should be modernized, and we need to develop tendency to hard work. Glass ceiling is curse not only to women but for any profession where they are working. Now, before I conclude, I would like to tell my story in short. I started my practice in the year 1997. Because of my parents and my in-laws, especially in-laws, I worked very hard and achieved some position in my field. I worked very hard. Like a male lawyer, I gave time, 24 hours I gave time for my profession. But when I was appointed as a government advocate in the year 2017, then I understood what is the glass ceiling. Because when I started practice at that point of time, we were not aware of this terminology or this phrase, ki what is a glass ceiling or like this. But when I become a government advocate, then I realized how tough it is for a female to get some position, to get some post. Thereafter, I was appointed as Deputy Advocate General in the year 2020. I was first Deputy Advocate General at Indore High Court. And today I am first Additional Advocate General in the Indore High Court and second in Madhya Pradesh. So that itself shows that it is very difficult for a female to achieve some post, to get some post. It is not like this, before me, nobody was competent. There were so many lawyers, so many persons, but it is really very tough for a female to get this appointment. Thank you so much, sir, that I was invited. I'm invited in your institute. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam, for your presentation and information. Now the session is open for question answer. We can take 1 or 2 questions due to limit of time.
Madam, with your kind
Okay.
permission, may I ask one question?
Yes, sir. Ma'am, please.
Archana ma'am, may I ask one question?
Yes, yes, why not?
Actually, may I know, like, as we all females face multiple barriers when we try to move ahead in career. So, what was, like, we talk about you, what was the main, motivation for you, which motivated you towards your journey to achieve this kind of higher designations? Please, ma'am, share with us.
थैंक यू फॉर आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन, और इसका मैं जवाब हिंदी में आपको देना चाहूंगी. मैंने जब मेरी शादी हुई थी, मैरिज हुई थी 1994 में, एंड माय मदर इन लॉ वाज अ एमएससी मैथमेटिक्स गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट ऑफ हर ओन टाइम. शी वाज लेक्चरर ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स एंड शी सेड कि आपको अपने पैरों पे खड़े होना चाहिए. हर महिला को अपनी अर्निंग खुद करना चाहिए, कभी हस्बैंड के आगे हाथ नहीं फैलाना चाहिए. और वो मुझे इतना मोटिवेशनल लगा उनका ये सेंटेंस कि आपको अपने पैसे खुद कमाने हैं. बोले आपके हस्बैंड कितना भी कमाते हो, पर अपने पैसे आप खुद कमाए, अपने पैरों पे आप खुद खड़े रहे. तो वो दिन था कि मुझे खूब उनसे मोटिवेशन मिला. वो जब यहाँ मेरे साथ रहने आई 96 में, तो उन्होंने कहा कि मैंने अपनी लाइफ में बहुत कुछ अचीव कर लिया है, अब मैं चाहती हूँ कि तुम कुछ करो, मैं बच्चों को देख लूंगी. एंड देयर आई स्टार्टेड माई जर्नी. फिर जब मैंने वकालत में किया तो मैं बड़े बड़े लॉयर्स को देखती थी. आप लोग भी शायद जानते होंगे, सर तो डेफिनेटली जानते होंगे, चाफेकर साहब थे, चितले साहब भी हुआ करते थे, और कई बड़े बड़े लॉयर्स हुआ करते थे, सीनियर एडवोकेट्स. तो मैंने कभी ये नहीं सोचा कि मुझे बहुत बड़ा जज बनना है. इतनी बड़ी एम्बिशंस नहीं थी तब. एक बहुत छोटे वो हुआ करती थी, सोच हुआ करती थी. तो मैं सोचती थी कि मैं भी किसी दिन इनकी तरह बड़ी लॉयर बनूं. और बहुत काम करने का मुझे जुनून था. कोई अपील आए तो मैं इमीडिएट कागज लेकर और बैठ जाती थी उसको लिखने और उसको करने के लिए. तो दिस इज हाउ आई स्टार्टेड माय जर्नी. पर यस, अगर हमें ग्लास सीलिंग ब्रेक करनी है तो हमें हार्ड वर्क तो करना होगा. हमें ये नहीं कहना होगा कि मेरे बच्चों का क्या होगा, मेरे परिवार का क्या होगा. कहीं ना कहीं हमें थोड़े से टफ डिसीजंस लेने होंगे. हमें हायर करने होंगे लोगों को, उन्हें संभालने के लिए, घर के कामों के लिए हायर करना होगा. तभी हम ग्लास सीलिंग ब्रेक कर पाएंगे. अदरवाइज ये पूरा वर्ल्ड जो है उसमें मेजॉरिटी पोजीशंस पे मेल है. सॉरी सर, पर सभी जगह पर मेजॉरिटी पोजीशंस पर मेल डोमिनेटेड सोसाइटी है. तो इसलिए अगर हमें उनके साथ कॉम्पीट करना है तो हमें ये थोड़ा सा हमारे इन बातों को ध्यान में रखना चाहिए. आई होप मैंने आपकी क्वेरी का सही जवाब दिया है. थैंक यू.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
थैंक यू.
Now, I am delighted to read our first guest speaker profile, Professor Dr. Mona Purohit. She is currently HOD, Dean Faculty of Law, and Chairman Board of Studies, Barkatullah University, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. She did LLB in 1996, LLM in 1998, PhD in 2004, and LLD in 2020. She has more than 23 years experience in teaching to postgraduate and graduate in the field of law. She has published many international and national research papers in high impact journals. She has published many books, book chapter and articles in her career. She has received the Seva Samman Award from RDVV Jabalpur in 2006, Shiksha Ratan Puraskar from India International Friendship Society, New Delhi in 2011, Lifetime Golden Achievement Award by Social and Legal Research Foundation, Varanasi in 2020, Madhya Pradesh Ka Gaurav Award by Navyug Art and Commerce College, Jabalpur in International Conference on Research Methodology and Social Science 2023. Panel judge at AICTE Leelavati Award 2021 by AICTE, New Delhi. Now I invite Dr. Mona Purohit for her presentation. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Tiwari, for such a generous introduction of mine. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapith University, faculty members, all other participants. First of all, I wish all of you the Women's Day, International Women's Day in advance. Before starting my discourse, there are few concepts of word which I would like to float, and I would like to remind what exactly comes into your mind when I am using this word? The word is strong. Whether you are thinking about a man or women, brave, a doll, or cricket, a politician, or emotional. These all are the words. By thinking these, if you are of the view that pink colors denote to the girls, blue colors is for the boys, it means we are talking about the glass ceiling. No matters how educated we are, no matters what we think, but it is the ceiling which we are talking about. This is the area where we want to enter upon. The word, the concept which we are discussing is breaking the glass ceiling, myths and reality. So exactly what is glass ceiling? The term glass ceiling was first introduced by Mr. Gay in 1982, where it was discussed that something is illusory. Illusion is there about our role. It means there is a difference between male and female and women and men. Whenever we are talking about male and female, it means we are saying the biological difference, and law respect and regards about the biological difference between the men and women means the male and the female. So what law tries to cover? What kind of ceiling is there which we are talking about? That is the gender. Sex is different from the gender. Gender is your ideology, the social attitude towards the role of the male and the female. If you're thinking men can do this, women can do this is what the gender discrimination, and that is what law tries to prohibit. And that's why Mr. Gay started or given or floated a word that is known as the glass ceiling. It means it is not the true picture, it is not the truth, but it is mere a glass in our thinking process that this cannot be done by the women and that can be done by the men, and that can be performed men in a particular way or in a better way. So now, how to break that glass ceiling? If we are talking about the myths and reality, it ways two ways. For example, whenever we are talking about the glass ceiling, it is normally not your role in the social order, but normally it denotes, if you are going to see the Federal Women Charter, where first time glass ceiling word was used. It is there when they are talking about role of the women at the workplace. So glass ceiling is need to be break at the workplace. And who can play the role? Not only the men and the women individually, what they are thinking, but the role comes to the state. It means the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary all are also the part and parcel and are responsible to break that ceiling. Being a lawyers, we know very well that our protagonist judiciary has played a vital role in this regards. Why I am saying it is the Pentagonist or paramount judiciary? Because they have crossed the limit which is prescribed by the Constitution to the judiciary, that they should not create the law, they are just supposed to interpret the law. It means judiciary, lawmakers cannot change our glass ceiling. But that is not the truth. How we have changed? Just go through few judgments. Think about the triple talaq, because it is common to all. Everybody is aware about that. That's why I am discussing this. Triple talaq like things, that was the biggest challenge before the Indian judiciary. That triple talaq, which is social glass ceiling, that any male member can just give divorce to the Muslim women by saying triple talaq. But who just break that ceiling, it is our judiciary. They have propounded the law that no one can propound triple talaq. आप triple talaq नहीं दे सकते हैं. ये glass ceiling तोड़ना चाहती थी Indian women, Indian Muslim women, but who have broke that? Indian judiciary. So we should not think in that light. One most important thing before Indian women is, I am always saying, Karela hai neem chadha. Why it is so? That if you are going to any part of the world, women are just facing the discrimination between the men and the women. But only country is India where the discrimination amongst women is still in existence. For example, for Muslim women, different laws are there. For Hindus, different. For Christian women, there are the different laws. If you will think anything. So the Indian women are facing two kinds of glass ceiling. One, between the men and women, that they cannot do what men can do. And second, what are the rights and privileges are available to the Hindu women cannot be available by the Muslim or the Christian or the Parsis women or the tribal one. So these kind of two glass ceiling we have to face. And accordingly, we have to encounter upon this. If you are going to see this year theme of the Women's Day, that is about invest in women, accelerate progress. So what they are, what the international society is thinking about, that if you can invest something upon the women, they can think about, or we can think about, or world can see the acceleration in the progress. So which kind of acceleration they are talking about? They are talking about the financial right? In terms of financial progress, they are giving that theme, invest in women, and they have given the challenge to all the states, all the nation and countries, that the government should think in that light more. And there are the 10 principles. If anybody can go through that, they will see that how to invest in the government, what kind of percentage of budget could be for the women, education sector will be for the women, what kind of remedies can be provided. If you are going to see the data of 2021, all over world, I am talking about, only 2% of property rights are with the women. Can you imagine about that? What kind of financial freedom we are using? We are saying, we are witnessing that everywhere women are accelerating. There are a number of girls who are taking care of the education. They are performing well. They are in the education sector. They are in the service sector everywhere. Still, only percentage which they are having is 2% of the property. When our government is providing this much of the tax rebate for the women, and just for the namesake, the investment of the property in the name of the women, so that they can save the income tax, is still this much of the percentage. So this is the reality which we are talking about. What are the reality? Otherwise, in the working sector, we have to see these are the three challenges. If you are going to see the corporate sector, what they are saying. They are saying, if we are hiring women employees, they will get the benefit of childcare, maternity leave, as well as now the new leave for the menstruation cycles. So they all are afraid of that this much of leave with the women will directly or indirectly going to hamper the work culture of the corporate sector. So what can be done in this regard? Whether government can do something with this? This is what the challenge we are facing. Because the reality is that women are biologically having these kind of issues, and seeing that scenario only, government is providing all these leaves to the women. The private sector is not willing to hire the women in this regard, because they are saying they are going for a long term of the leaves for the child care in the name. So what kind of policies are required from the government for the private sector? This is what the previous or the upcoming challenge which we have to see. Second thing, which we have to see how to do it in a sustainable development way. If you're going to see the fifth sustainable goal of world community, you will say the women are in the prime amount. Are we paying this much of attention? We are not paying this much of the attention. The word which is there in a sustainable development goal, that is inspire inclusion. What does inspire inclusion means? Inspire inclusion means inclusion of women in every sphere of working and financial life. So now the question arises, if you're talking about breaking the glass ceiling with the two words myths and reality, it goes in this way that glass ceiling is already break in some ways, where our legislature had number of laws for the women. May you think about the domestic violence, sexual harassment scheme, or victim compensation scheme for the rape victim, everything you think, and the government has already done. If you think about the polygamy, that is still in existence. So that is what the reality which still need to be encountered. If you're talking about the individual person, nobody can change it. That is your attitude and your belief which can change. And normally we think it is the men and the women who can change your attitude. But my suggestion, my request to all the participants here, first just go inside and not think about the awareness. You and me all are aware that these are the laws, I should not do that, we are equal. जब हम घर पे जाएंगे तो महिला को ये काम करना है, और awareness is what and sensitization is what. There are the difference between these two. Awareness means you know what are the laws, you know कि हम equal हैं. You are aware about this thing कि मुझे अपने अधिकारों के बारे में डिमांड करनी है. एक लड़की ये डिमांड करती है कि मुझे डाउरी नहीं देना, बट एक लड़की ये डिमांड नहीं करती कि मेरे अपने मैटरनल होम में प्रॉपर्टी के प्रॉपर राइट्स है, वहां वो अपने रिलेशन मेंटेन करना चाहती है. वो कभी अपने पेरेंट्स से इक्वलिटी का क्लेम नहीं करती कि आई एम हैविंग ऑल द राइट्स टू हैव द इक्वल partition in my property from the maternal age. This is what the glass ceiling. आप एक क्लेम करते हो कि मेरे जो फादर इन लॉ है उनके घर पे उन्होंने मुझसे डाउरी मांगी, उन्होंने गलत कर दिया. बट कभी हमारी ये ग्लास सीलिंग क्यों खत्म नहीं हुई कि मेरे पेरेंट्स ने भी इनइक्वालिटी करी हुई है और उन्होंने जो जितना अमाउंट जितनी प्रॉपर्टी अपने ब्रदर को दी है उतनी उस लड़की को नहीं दी. दिस इज व्हाट द ग्लास सीलिंग. ये एटीट्यूड है आपका. आप हमेशा टारगेट करते हो अपने इन लॉज की ओर पे. इन चीजों को अगर आपको रियलिटी में हटाना है तो अवेयरनेस इज नॉट सफाइस. व्हाट इज नीडेड इज अ सेंसिटाइजेशन. So what is the difference between awareness and the sensitization is that awareness means you are knowing something but you are not acting accordingly. आपको मालूम है बट आप अपने लड़के को नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि वो काम करे, आप अपनी बच्ची को समझा रहे हैं कि आपको ऐसा ऐसा बिहेव करना चाहिए. तो अवेयरनेस है, बट जो नीड आपको इस मिथ्स को हटा के रियलिटी में आने की है, दैट इज टू सेंसिटिव इनफ. सेंसिटाइजेशन का मतलब होता है बाहर नहीं देखना, अपने अंदर इनसाइट देख के ये समझना कि मुझे जो चीजें पता है, क्या मैं एक मदर के रूप में अपने बेटे और बेटी को इक्वल पार्टिसिपेशन देने को तैयार हूं. क्या मैं एक मदर के रूप में अपने बहू के से अगर चाय एक्सपेक्ट करती हूँ तो अपने बेटे से भी चाय एक्सपेक्ट करती हूँ. ये छोटी सी चीजें हैं ग्लास सीलिंग की. मैं अगर अपनी बहू को बाहर काम करने दे रही हूँ तो उसकी फाइनेंशियल फ्रीडम पे मैं हर्डल्स इंपोज नहीं कर रही हूँ. इफ हर बिहेवियर, हर कैरेक्टर, हिज वेयरिंग ऑफ क्लोथ्स आर नॉट इम्पैक्टिंग माई माइंड, if these all question in the form of affirmation, I think we are in the right path where we can think that yes, we are able to break our glass ceiling attitude and the belief. And that is the reality which we have to encounter. From my side, it is over. And now up to you. Any question and queries, welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Session is open for question answer as the permission of guest.
Mona ma'am, may I ask one question?
Sure, ma'am, please.
Like as Archana ma'am also said, and you had also discussed that very few women are willing or growing their career in the law field. Like generally, we have not seen that in the field of law, very few judges will be there, very few faculties will be there who are going to get higher positions in the universities and in academics. And definitely the positions you all three women have achieved, so that are inspiring to us. So my question was that what was the motivation which has insisted you to grow your career in the law field? Like आपको क्या अच्छा लगा कि मुझे इसी डायरेक्शन में जाना चाहिए? Law is the best place where I can move myself.
Okay. So, frankly speaking, I think this is not the right time to say that women are not interested in law field. Day by day, there is an increasing number. May you are going to see the law schools and colleges. For example, in our department only, more than 70% girls are there, 30% boys. So that is the reflection of the true thing that women are now interested and they are having ability and they are performing well in this field. The second question which you are asking, what motivated me to be here? So, firstly, I was not interested. I'm not aware about the law field because I am the first generation in my family who have just gone through this. But I say this was not my inclusion or my interest, but or my passion. Rather than it is a driving force that there was fun challenge, and because of that, I just adopted or I just shifted myself from science field to the law field. And once I entered, I think, yes, I am the one who can contribute in a better way in this field. So it is not any motivational force which is there, but this is my destiny, which which guided me to be in this field. So that is what the true picture.
Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you so much,
Right.
madam, for your wonderful presentation, question answer session. Now, I am delighted to read our second guest speaker profile. Dr. Rekha Acharya, Professor in Economics, Dean and Head School of Social Sciences, Head School of Comparative Language and Culture, and EC member of Devi Ahilya University, Indore. She has 27 years of teaching and research experience. She worked in IGNOU MHRD project of distance learning, New Delhi. She guided 17 PhD students. She has published many papers in national and international journals. She has delivered 130 special academic lectures in past 5 years. She has published many books, book chapters, and articles. She is Vice President of Madhya Pradesh Economic Association. She has received Best Researcher Award under Professor category from DAVP in 2021. She has received Sansad Seva Award during COVID as team leader, received Certificate of Honor on International Women's Day 2020 for leadership and management from Textile Association of India, Indore chapter. Now I request Dr. Rekha Acharya for her presentation. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. First of all, am I audible?
Yes,
Please
ma'am,
let
you're
me-
audible. Yes, ma'am,
Yes,
you're audible.
thank you so much. So first of all, a very good afternoon to everyone present here. Respected VC sir, Dr. Dhar of Vaishnav Vidyapeeth University. The chief guest of this session, Srimati Archana Parag, who is Additional Advocate General of MP. Dr. Mona Purohit ji, Head School of Law, Barkatullah University. All faculty members and students who are online joined. First of all, I would like to thank Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth, respected Vice Chancellor Sir, for providing me this opportunity to be a part of this discussion forum on International Women's Day. I'm very thankful to you, sir, that you have given me this opportunity to discuss my views. Let me first explain that actually, when you talk about the title of this today's session, you will see that it is breaking the ice shield, a myth or reality. My both the predecessor and as well as Vice Chancellor Sir, all of them have claimed that, okay, the Indian women are breaking this glass shield slowly, although slowly, but continuously. And nowadays, when we see in current environment of India, which is very optimistic about women growth, very conducive about women growth, and very helpful as far as if you talk about the rights to women or social atmosphere about the women, we see that India is developing with a new perspective in social and economical arena. It is trying to give a humanitarian approach and trying to fulfill the obligations, ending all kinds of inequality. By 2047, we are aiming that India will become a Vishwa Guru. So when we are talking that India will become Vishwa Guru by 2047, in the journey of this prosperous nation, it has kept two people in mind to make them seating on driving seat of this forwarded nation, giving one youth and second female. They both engine of this Indian economy. They will be on forefront in driving the seat and giving the new directions and new heights to society. It was also stated in one of the United Nations conference that women in India is changing and coming very fast forward. With this note, when we see that how the women participation in various fields are increasing, then we can confirm that their participation is certainly growing. If I talk about, say, female participation in total labor force, you see that there is a significant increase taking place as compared to, I have two data sets out here. One is 2022-23, where women participation rate has increased from 23.3 to 31.9%. That means what? That means that women's labor for participation in all sphere, when they are increasing, that means it is providing economic opportunity for women. As my predecessor, the two speakers have pointed out that constitutionally women have equal rights. Okay, and as Mrs. Mona has pointed out, that basically when you talk about the law talks about gender equality, not the sex equality. And basically our gender, our constitution, it has provided equality in all type of disciplines for the growth of women. But somewhere, if you talk about, say, our social norms or our social values, which are creating obstacles in front of women to grow further. Maybe I'm not saying that it is only that women do not want to come in front, but many times the societal pressure that she has to face basically for coming up, mainly the family pressure. And this is not the first time that female are facing such thing. Since ancient time also, when we have created so many constraints about women, and we have created so many taboos that she should take family first. She is the driver of taking Indian society forward, and she is the one corner which basically keeping the our cultural heritage intact with philosophical traditions, and she gained this appreciation since ages, coming till date, if you are talking about, because still all women who are achieving new heights also. If you talk to them, somewhere those who are married women, they say they give first preference to their family, and then they, with the arrangement of the family norms and arrangement of the social value norms, they try their level hard to come up in their academic endeavors. I am very thankful that I am in academics, where I don't face much of the problem as a woman. So for me, breaking the glass shield is much easier. But there are other occupations where female are facing a lot of problem, particularly in informal sector. If you see that, where female are facing a lot of problem in relation to the time as spent, the wage gaps, and also the dignity gaps are there. So these are the social hindrance which is created by the societal value that women can not do this, women can do this, or whenever women is coming out for the occupation, but at the same time she has to work for the equally for the family also. One very statistics, if I talk about how much time a man in comparison to women spend on out of their leisure time, you will be surprised to know that 1 to say 4 hours of their leisure time, men is spending for family affairs, or say for elderly care, as compared to the men. Women are spending near about 14 to 16 hours. And if you talk in percentage, that women is doing, or women is facing responsibility near about 42% times, because she has to manage her occupation or her own work along with the family responsibility also. So such kind of responsibility which is being shedded by the society, is the need of the hour, where women, even if she is educated, even if she is learned, even if she is isn't economically independent, even then she has to face such kind of responsibility. And where there here I feel that even if this type of glass shield which has been created in front of the women needs to be realized by the society. Now it is the time. Policy makers are making all sorts of efforts. I am not saying even at government level, all programs which you see that, suppose if you see Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, such kind of awareness campaign, and Ladli Lakshmi Behna, where economic upliftment of the women, particularly at the lower section of the society, where economic empowerment is contributing. So all such kind of policy decisions, women are having priority. And one major goal under sustainable development goal is also a gender equality. That is the 5th sustainable development goal. You all know this. But despite making all efforts from constitution, from policy makers, still societal pressure and also on moreover family pressure, these two, what I feel, that are the glass shields which female is still not being able to break. So I cannot say that it is a myth or reality, but this particular shield, sometimes female or women, even if she's working, she takes it her own responsibility. So I think here the attitude of the female matters, which becomes the glass shield, because if she is married, then she thinks this is a responsibility of her in comparison to men, that to take good care of the family. So this glass shield is not created by obviously by the societal pressure also, or societal norms also, but somewhere even women has thinking that and creating her own glass shield. She is like since ages she has been experiencing it, and even following the practices also. So that has come in her own developmental process, I can say, or the way she is being developed. In families also, whenever we see, the mother will direct girl in the family that beta, you bring this glass of water whenever any guests come in the family. जब भी हमारे फैमिली में कोई गेस्ट आते हैं, तो उस समय यूजुअली ये देखने को मिलता है कि यदि लड़का खड़ा है और लड़की खड़ी है, सिंपली गर्ल से ये एक्सपेक्टेशन किया जाता है कि वो पानी भर के लाएगी, या वो ट्रीट करेगी, या खाने में हेल्प वो करेगी. तो somewhere I feel that these are the glass shields which is being created in front of the female or feminism of Indian society, right? Which is you whether you wish or you don't wish, being created in front of the female. If you talk within the society about this, you will come to know that few female, they say, this is my responsibility to take good care of my family. And they readily accept that. और उसमें उनको कोई बुरा भी नहीं लगता, या they don't feel underprivileged, or they don't feel कि ये उनका काम नहीं है, right? They claim that it is my duty to take care of my family, my elderly care, और जो मेरे घर के लोग हैं उनकी देखभाल मैं नहीं करूंगी तो और कौन करेगा. So this kind of viewpoint, when it is coming, I think this is the inherent in the Indian society, and which is ingrained very severely. मतलब its intensity is very much. तो यहाँ पे we cannot say that women is denying that she is not being glass shield, or she is having some kind of barrier, because this is the choice which she is doing. I have come across many good, learned or literate female in my area, jahan pe they are engineers, they are doctor, they are are highly literate, but they don't want to work. When I just tried to inquire about it, कि आप काम क्यों नहीं करते, इतने पढ़े लिखे हो तो what barriers are you facing? So their simple answer is that see, literacy doesn't mean that we should always contribute going outside from the home. If I am taking good care of my own family, if I am upbringing my children in right direction, I think I am contributing into the national development. So if such kind of vision is being developed in educated people, then I think we should take, or we should welcome this, because somehow they are contributing into national development by developing their or guiding in right direction to their children also. तो यहाँ पे हमको ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए कि एक learned lady, एक economical independent lady, if by willingly or by choice, यदि वो ये decide करती है कि उसको घर पे रहना है, तो she is not contributing into national development, or she is not contributing into economical independence. वो जिस समय चाहेगी उस समय आगे बढ़ के आ सकती है. And there if you say कि ये एक this is the glass shield which she has created, so on that particular point, my view is that it is her choice, right? So when we talk about women empowerment, or when we try to portray women discrimination on economical aspects, or right aspects, or opportunity aspects, we should also see under what circumstances women is doing that, whether it is willingly or it is pressurized. Although I do agree, right, that lot of women discrimination is there. Almost in all type of occupation, women are facing discriminations against her. And if you at all want to bring gender equality in real sense, then you have to end this discrimination. But we should also see that government is trying its level hard. It is trying to provide all sorts of rights, all sorts of economic opportunities, all sorts of platforms for the overall development for the women. But one area which is left out still, or where we have to work hard, is the women's security issue, because many women do not want to go out, particularly because they don't feel secure going out, especially in nights. So there we need to create a proper social security system. Okay, even those who are working or becoming as an entrepreneur, as Bharsab was saying, that women are coming in all sorts of life. They are coming in forefront, and they are performing remarkable jobs, and achievements also are very remarkable. And if you will see, is particularly in rural areas, I have seen that many women, they are coming up with very new kinds of innovation. Jesse, if I don't know, like making sanitary pads out of the basically from the waste things, right? And making brushes or something. Many products are there, out of which, due to women are becoming entrepreneur, and they are achieving new heights into it. Similarly, in all occupations, if you see, may it be your air, or may it be water, or may it be transport, anywhere you see, or may it be any of the occupation, starting from academic still space. Everywhere women is proving its capabilities, its identities, and it is involved in reconstruction of its own individual identities, and it is succeeded also. But when you come or when you talk about the family, for every woman, I think that becomes the first choice and first priority to take care of the family. So if I talk about the glass shield, which women herself is created, is because of her, that she feels that family is equally responsible. She is equally responsible to take care of the family, and with good care of the family, she can contribute into the societal development, nation building at the same time by doing her own work. One one very simple note I would like to say, where which is very pertinent in this current time, are some guiding principles which is mainly been created for gender equality, basically, which can help women for her future endeavors. And if government can think in for bringing gender discrimination or bringing women empowerment very fast, then these principles can help society for bridging the gap of all forms of discrimination against women. One first principle that if we say that the forward nation like India, which is coming up very which is facing fastest growth around the world and trying to become third largest economy by 2030 and Vishwaguru by 2047. Certain changes has to be there to bring women out of the whatever the constraints is left over there. First principle that we should try to see that how many women are actually doing corporate leadership and what is the gap. Similarly, in decision making process where the constraints are coming for providing women as a good safety norms, good health and overall well-being for women. How we can promote education and training and professional development of women. That is the third principle which we should follow to make the women more into the economic process of the country. Then promoting security and promoting equality with security is the need of the hour for the women to come into the mainstream process or come into the or participate more into the developmental process. And last but not the least, the public support. Whenever you see any crime against women or any domestic violence or any kind of assault against women, it is our societal duty that we should come up in against of that, and we should advocate such kind of basically discrimination against women that is taking up. And as we have the example of that Nirbhaya Kand, but when I talk about this, you see how much time it has taken up. When the crime was proved, then and there itself, why the judgment gets delayed. So there, as far as the two judges are there and they are the lawyers, they understand in better understand better than me basically. But this is the need of the hour, that women's safety should be given most prime if you want that the women should contribute fully and wholeheartedly into economic development of this nation without creating a safe ground for the development. I think we can only discuss on various platforms about gender equality, but in real sense, if we don't provide a good platform, it will be further dream to bring gender equality. As far as this topic is concerned, whether women are in position to break the glass shield or not. Yes, women are breaking glass shields, but keeping in mind what are their limits, and keeping in mind what are their responsibilities and roles. So there also women are deciding, being a good decision making, she decides or she is chalking out her own preference, that what is more preferred in comparison to the other. I think since ancient time, women have been very much empowered. I don't think, and on different platforms, women has proved her own capabilities and identities whenever she got the chances. And she keeps on, with the development of education, with the development of technology, with the ease of societal norms, she has proved her capability. But if you want that she should come more into the economic development process, then you have to create a safe ground for her. Otherwise, there will be many female who want to break the shield, but they will not be able to break the shield. With this note, I once again thank Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth, particularly Dr. Dhar sir, who is Vice Chancellor of Sri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth, for giving me this excellent opportunity to give my views on a very pertinent topic, breaking the ice shield, a myth or reality. I'm very thankful to all the faculties there who is listening me online. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any
Vishnu.
questions?
Yes, ma'am. I have one question.
Yes, please.
First of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for this lecture. My question is how women can succeed in male-dominated environment financially. How she can succeed?
Why you need to succeed, right? Basically, my question is that male and female are the two wheels of the society. Make him a companion. If you are economically independent, okay, you require a person with whom you can lead a good life, right? Alone, nobody can lead a very good life. If you want to enjoy your existence, and if you want to enjoy your economic, financial independency, you need people. And apart from your own family members, I think the other counterpart, the male, is the person with whom you can enjoy the most. Single person cannot enjoy in life. When you get married with the male only. He is the better half. So why are you saying that my better half will not help me? Okay, if he is putting any constraint with the discussion, you can, make him rely that you are equally important for succeeding good life or making life sustainable. Right? So I don't think if female is becoming independent, she should not take care about the society, because society is basically being made on the gender basis, not on the sex basis. I think men and women are two wheels of this society. They both are equally wanted, right? And you can see if any discrimination is coming, why you always feel that it is coming for the women only. There are the discrimination, there are the cases, where, even men are being discriminated on many grounds. Abhi ek chota sa kissa aapko batana chahungi. If I have the time, do I have the time to
Yes,
explain?
please.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
please.
take 1 minute only. Abhi recently, in 2000, during COVID period time, and later on, this particular, एक मार्च चल रहा है केरला में स्पेशली, वहां पे 100% लिटरेसी है. एंड और लिटरेसी होने के कारण क्या हो रहा है कि when women are economically independent, they have more choices, right? Whom to marry, whom not to marry, right? तो वहां पे अभी एक जो इशू निकल के आया है वो ये है कि women, most of the women who are very economically independent and moved out of the state, they don't want to get married with the men who is residing in the Kerala. राइट? तो वहां पे एक मार्च निकला, मिस्टर कामत वाज देयर एंड ही सेड कि मेरे यहाँ के, मेरे गांव की महिलाएं बाहर जाके शादी करेंगी तो मैं क्या करूंगा, मैं अपने एरिया में रहना चाहता हूँ, ठीक है, और अपने एरिया में ही इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट में कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहता हूँ, और मैं एक ऐसी महिला चाहता हूँ जो मेरे साथ रह के मेरे विलेज के कंट्रीब्यूशन में हेल्प करे। अब आप मुझे ये बताइए कि यदि फीमेल इकोनॉमिकली इंडिपेंडेंट हो जाती है और अब लिटरेट हो जाती है, तो मैं उसको ऐसा नहीं कह रही हूँ कि उसको बाहर नहीं जाना चाहिए, बट ये यदि एक रूरल प्रॉब्लम निकल के आई है तो इसका सोल्यूशन कौन करेगा? इसका सोल्यूशन भी विमेन को ढूंढना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, कि वहां पर अपने एटीट्यूड्स में चेंज करके कि फॉर हेल्थी डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सोसाइटी बोथ मेन एंड वीमेन इक्वली रिस्पॉन्सिबल, राइट? और यदि इफ फीमेल डिसाइड्स कि उसको शादी करनी है तो वो अपने बेटर हाफ को भी इक्वल समझे और इक्वल इकोनॉमिकल पार्टिसिपेशन यदि खुद कंट्रीब्यूट करती है तो शी कैन डिमांड इक्वल पार्टिसिपेशन आल्सो। आई होप आई हैव सेटिस्फाइड योर आंसर, राइट?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. We
Thank
have
you so much, ma'am.
received, thank you, Dr. Nandini. We have received one more question in chat. I will take one from there. This question is from Dr. Shilpa. Breaking the glass ceiling, what every woman need to know.
Breaking the glass shield, what every woman needs to know is what I feel is the responsibility that how to break glass shield, right? And where to break the glass shield. You know, women are very much rational. When she takes decisions, she keeps many, factors in mind. If women is coming out of the family for the work, behind her mind, she's having all roles and responsibility which she has to perform, right? I give you my example. When I joined academics, जब मैंने academics join किया तो मेरे भी I got married also और मेरे भी छोटे छोटे बच्चे थे, ठीक है? As far as I am concerned, मैं economically independent भी हूँ. My profession is very noble profession. I have family also. Everything was there. But I never found it any constraints in performing my various tasks, right? I have tried to manage. So that's why a female should be, we usually say that female is a very good manager, or she does very good management because she manages both the things equally. Her house also, at the same time, her workplace also. And every time, and one more characteristics which God has given to the woman is basically, woman has lot of patience. जब उसके पास patience होता है तो she is able to do very right decisions in her life. So when you say glass shield, it is a matter of understanding only that if woman is economically independent, she should not think that she is not able to take decision of expenditure whatever she earns, right? That glass ceiling she should not think. Basically, when you become economically independent, you are equally responsible for doing the expenditure. आप usually मैंने देखा है कि जो फीमेल होती है वो बोलती है ये मेरा पैसा है, ठीक है, मेरा तो मेरा है लेकिन मेरे जो बेटर हाफ है उसका भी मेरा है, राइट? तो ये एक जो थिंग है, या यू कैन से दिस काइंड ऑफ ये जो एक थिंकिंग है, वो थिंकिंग आई थिंक इज द क्रिएटिंग शील्ड्स between men and women, or creating shields in making the adjustments basically. I think I've given I'm satisfied with the answer.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. We have some more questions, but due to limit of time, we will proceed our webinar further. Now, I request Dr. Raksha Chauhan, Coordinator, Women's Grievance and Redressal Cell and Internal Complaint Committee, Shri Vaishnav Vidyapeeth Vishwavidyalaya, for word of thanks. Please, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It's an indeed pleasure and honor for me to propose vote of thanks on this special occasion. I am extremely thankful to our chief guest, Srimati Archana Parag Khair, Additional Advocate General of MP, Indore, Dr. Mona Purohit, Professor and Head, School of Law, Barkatullah University, Bhopal, Dr. Rekha Acharya, Head and Dean, Social Sciences, DAVV, Indore, for accepting our invitation and gracing the event. I feel highly inspired by your thought-provoking words, and certainly your wisdom words are going to inspire and strengthen women for moving ahead in every aspect of their life. All three speakers have motivated to the women for moving ahead without any fear and break the glass ceiling, whether it is created by herself or by society, because women are the ones who have made this earth more beautiful with their love and grace. So thanks a lot to the honorable motivational speakers. We are expecting your valuable support and guidance in the future also. I am also thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Upinder Dhar sir for his constant motivation, enthusiastic support, valuable guidance, and providing this opportunity to me. My sincere thanks to Dr. Santosh Dhar Madam, Dean, FDSR, for valuable guidance and support. My sincere thanks to Dr. Ashutosh Bairagiji, Principal, SVIL, for their support. My heartfelt thanks to all the participants joined from various places. I am also thankful to all the HOI, HOD, faculty members and dear students. At last, my special thanks to my team members, Dr. Chavi Tiwari, Co-Coordinator, WGRC, Dr. Sheetal Jain, Professor Nandini Bansur, Dr. Shilpa Fadnes, Dr. Shweta Keswani, Professor Rupali Gaur, Professor Sukriti Agrawal, Mr. Premansh Sharma, Mrs. Ranu Jhala, for their enthusiastic involvement and support to make this webinar successful. Without their support and help, it was not possible to move ahead for such a successful webinar. I am also thankful to technical team, Professor Ashish Anjana, Dr. Alok Malviya, Mr. Shadab Sheikh, and also to those people who are indirectly involved to make this webinar successful. Thanks to one and all for spending your valuable time with us. Have a great day ahead. Over to you, Chavi ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I request all to stand for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. Thank you to all for to be present in this webinar. Now you can leave this webinar. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to
Thank you
all
all.
the
Thank you
honorable
all.
guests.
Yeah.
And we are expecting your support, and we are expecting your wisdom words in future also. Whenever we will be inviting you for webinars. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhar sir. Thank you, Chavi madam. Thank you, Tiwari madam. Everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity.